Listen, I've just sneezed and I've just had to blow my nose, but I may have a nosebleed.
Ew.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. Is this the first time we're podcasting since we've been on vacation?
Yes, queen. Yeah, it is the first time we're recording since our vacations.
Oh my god. We have so much dog news to catch up on.
Wait, before we get into that, can we just do a little bit of techie stuff? Like, can you hear me? Is it too...
Oh.
What's the vibe?
Yes, I can hear you, but I just realised you're quite loud in my headphones.
I'm literally sweating so much.
It's so weird that it's so hot there.
It's like 32 degrees and it is so hot. Like, yesterday was record breaking. It was so hot.
And it's like cold here and I'm loving it. It's like 20 degrees and I love it. It feels like autumn and I'm so excited. This weekend when it was cooler and I took Harley to the park and we went swimming, it was just so nice. I much prefer autumn here.
I like it when it's hot.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm also just excited for children to get off the streets.
Yeah, I know, isn't that like September 1st or something? Oh, don't talk about at my park, which I go to every day, that we have a kids pool. And it is, when I say jam-packed, it is jam-packed. Oh my god, and yesterday I was with Gus, my parents' dog, and I was in the park and we were just walking past the kids section to like leave. And he saw a child playing with a tennis ball and he just made a beeline for this kid, knocked the kid over.
No!
In pursuit of this tennis ball. Like, his tennis ball is like cracked to him. Like, when he sees a tennis ball, he's like, oh my god, I gotta have it. This poor kid was so brave, didn't cry, like got out, was like pretty good champ. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. I feel like people in England are like more okay with dogs though. I feel like someone in America would like go crazy and flip out.
Well, on the same day, earlier, there was like some event going on and a massive group of people having like a mass picnic, and Gus is so good. He doesn't go up to people. He was just walking normally, like trotting along, and all these people started like teenagers started like screaming and running away, and I was like, guys, what the fuck? He's a fucking Labrador. Like, he's not gonna touch you. Like, why do people think they're gonna like touch you? It really pisses me off. And so I was like, you know, like sharks in the water and the fish around them. Like,
yeah,
make that. It was like that. It was like all the people in front of me were like dispersing because they were so scared of him.
Poor Gus.
I know, and I was like, if you knew him, he's like the nicest dog ever. Shall I quickly do my dog news then?
Yeah, let's just go through all our dog news.
Okay, so my dog news is basically I had my parents' Labrador, Gus, to stay for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which was so nice. Like, he is like a 3-year-old black lab. He's so cute. Not like the cleverest dog in the world, but like so sweet. Like, he's really needy. He like followed me all around the house. He like wouldn't let me out of his sight. I wasn't gonna let him upstairs because my flatmate didn't want dogs upstairs, but he physically would not come upstairs, and I tried so hard. I wish I had baby gates, but I don't. So he had to end up sleeping in my room, which was kind of cute.
Yeah, and you sent me a picture of his sad little face at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, I like could not let him up.
I'm sorry,
anyway,
but you know how I feel about your roommate or housemate, whatever.
Yeah. But I loved having him. We did walks every single day. Let me just tell you, which I already told you about, what I need to tell the world.
Yeah.
So, I live in Brixton in London, and my closest park is called Ruskin Park, and it's really big. It's like more than 20 acres. Like, it's beautiful. There's like a pond, tennis court, swimming pool. Like, it's massive. So that's like my life. And then irrelevantly, I follow like artists on Instagram because like who doesn't love following a good artist? Mm-hmm. Right? Am I right?
Well, very you.
So I followed this guy ages ago. Like, another artist I follow mentioned him. So I looked at his profile and his art is insane. I was like, oh shit, this guy's so good. So I started following him because I loved his art. Then I saw what he looked like. And I was like, oh my god, you're so fit. Definitely going to keep following you. Like, watch all his stories, whatever. Like, a couple of years go by. He's epic. He's fit. Watching his story, like, 9 months ago, he gets a puppy. Lush, love a guy with a dog. So
what kind of puppy?
It's a it's a wire-haired Vizsla.
Oh, love.
So cute, and he called it Robin.
Oh, that's actually a cute name.
It's such a cute, like, I love a Vizsla and I love a wirehead, so, like,
Yeah.
hello. So, he gets a puppy. So when you get a puppy, he basically started taking it to the park every day, as you do when you get a puppy. I was watching his stories and I was like, wait a second, that's my park? And I was like, oh my god, he's in my park. I was like, shut up, he must live near my park. Okay, then I went a little bit stalkerish and I went on his website and I was just like, I wonder if he has contact details. He does. So I found out where he lived. Oh my god.
What? You didn't tell me you found out where he lived.
No, because basically on his website, it's like, contact him. He's got a little map and a pinpoint on his house. Like, pretty stupid. Like, don't do that, mate, because people like me will come and stalk you.
Studio?
No, because it's right near the park. So, like, obviously.
Oh.
It's his house, for sure. Oh, so his studio's in his house. I follow him on Instagram. I know everything about him.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so I know he lives, like, probably a 10-minute walk away from me. What are the chances that someone you just randomly follow on Instagram lives, like, 10 minutes away from you, right?
That is insane.
Right. So I don't go to the park that often because usually I used to take my dog to work, so her walk was like my commute. But then I had Gus here recently and I was like, obviously, let me like take him to the park. Like, I take him like 3 times a day. And I never expected, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, maybe one day I'll bump into this artist and we'll like see each other. And on Thursday night, I had Gus, I took him to the park, lo and behold, guess who's there? I've never seen him in person before, this fucking artist. And I was like, oh my god, shit.
It's so exciting. I actually can't believe that happened.
Right? And like, yeah, I'm obsessed with him, but like, if anyone in the world saw him, you'd be like, average looking guy, but to me, he's like fit. Like, he has a beard, he's a little bit squidgy around the edges, but I kind of love that. Like, I love a dad bod.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, anyway, so, like, he was, like, chatting to some dog owners, and his dog was, like, playing with some other dogs. I, like, kind of do, like, a beeline, so I kind of walk towards them-ish. And, dude, he's, like, looking at me. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not being, like, totally arrogant, but I did look quite nice that day. Like, I was wearing, like, a really lush outfit, like, leggings or whatever.
Good.
Anyway, and so I walked towards him, and, yeah, he, like, was, like, looking at me, and, like, okay, from, like, dog mum to dog mum, I don't know if you know this, but, like... Mm-hmm. You know when your dog is playing with some other dogs and then another dog comes nearby and you kind of like look to the owner to be friendly and open and kind of like your body language is like inviting them to your dog to play with their dog. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a bit like that with me. Like, he smiled at me. He was kind of like moved his body to like face me. And he was like looking at his dog and then my dog, and he was probably like, you know, your dog can play with my dog kind of thing. But like, Gus wasn't interested in other dogs. He had his ball. He was just wanted to like do it. So actually, Gus didn't go near his dog. Annoyingly, it would have been perfect.
Yes, Gus could have been like the perfect wingman, and he fucked it up.
So anyway, I walked away, kept walking around the park, saw him again a little bit later. I felt like he was like looking at me, but like, guys, here is the thing: he's got a girlfriend.
Well.
Upsetting. And it was so creepy though, because when I was looking at him I was like, dude, I know your name, I know where you live, I know what your dog's name is, I know what you do as a job, I know where you're going this weekend, because he was going to Wales. And like, I was like, I felt a bit weird.
That is creepy.
Okay, so anyway, the moral of the story, nothing obviously happened, but I've seen him twice now in person and it's so lush and I just want to see him every day and I'm basically in love with him. And then last night, actually really creepily, I was stalking another artist on Instagram, this girl who lives in New York who does these amazing, like, super realistic drawings.
Yeah.
I used to follow her, but she was annoying, so I unfollowed her. But I was stalking her last night, and he had commented on her pictures.
What?
Being like, whoa, this is so good, like, you know, like, whatever.
Oh my god, he's everywhere.
So I liked his comment.
Kitty!
I just had to. I know. I did that last night and then I saw him again this morning in the park.
Wait, but Kitty, so he could have seen you. Like, if he was like, oh, who's Kitty Alden? And he, like, looked at your...
Yeah, he could have clicked on my profile, but my profile's private.
Oh, yeah, but from your profile picture, I guess that's quite small. Yeah, you wouldn't recognise
he wouldn't have put two and two. No, he wouldn't have put two together. But when I saw him this morning, he was in the field chatting to another dog owner and their dogs were playing. And I was looking over at them, obviously. I was like, I just gotta look at you.
Yeah.
And the friend he was with turns to me and waves.
Who
and
is
I was
it?
like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know who this man is. I don't know why he's waving at me. Is it because I'm staring? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Or like, maybe that's just what friendly people do. And I was a bit like, oh my god. Anyway, that was that story. I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh my god, Kitty, this is such like a whirlwind of a story. I'm sorry, do you know the person that was with him? What if you do know them? What if that was like Oliver?
I don't. No. It was like a random bald guy with a golden retriever. I think that's just what dog owners do, because everyone in that park, when you walk past someone, you always say good morning. Like, it's like a thing.
Oh, I love that.
So I guess it was just a friendly thing, yeah.
Oh, God, that is great. So you can see him. Oh, I guess you can take Florence to the park, right?
Yeah, I'm going to start taking... I mean, I do take Florence in the mornings. I just go earlier than he does, because, like, today I went a bit late, and I like to start work at 8 a.m, so I need to go for a walk at 6:30.
Yeah, and what time does he go?
But he's got a girlfriend, so I'm not going to try and, you know, I'm kind of just like, if I see him, cool. If I don't, I'm not going to, like, try. But still, fucking lush.
Yeah, I mean, he has a girlfriend, but you could still, like, be dog friends.
Yeah, but now I've had the experience of having a big dog in this house in London in that park. I want that every day. I was sad to leave Gus. I was like, I don't want to lose the big dog. And now I'm like, I need to get a Dalmatian, because all I want to do every day for the rest of my life is go to the park and have my dog play with other dogs. That's all I care about.
I know, that's how I feel.
And like, I love my dog now, Florence. Like, obviously I love her, but I don't want to be a small dog person. Because I was walking around with a big black lab, people were like, she's a cool dog owner. And I was like, do you know what? I am a cool dog owner. If I go with Florence, I get that classic girl with a small dog.
I know, but like, you have to show people that you're not that stereotype and that Florence is great. And you're great.
She's not great on a walk, though. She's aggressive with other dogs.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I want you to get your Dalmatian as well. I think it'd be cute if you have Florence and the Dalmatian.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like keep my mind open about it.
I think 2020 is the year of the Dalmatian.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my dog news, guys. Basically, yeah, I'm in love with someone who's got a Vishla. Please, can we all ship? I'm not going to tell you his name because I don't want anyone to stalk him.
Yeah. Okay. No, I ship.
Great.
Okay.
Tell me about your dog news, Gina.
Oh, God, I have so much dog news. I don't even know where to start.
Pause. Can we just say how cute it was that when I was in my park, you were in your park across the other side of the world,
so
and we were
cute.
Like both in our parks with our dogs?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, but you need to move here because then we could do that in person together.
I know. When I was like in the park and like we were on FaceTime for a bit, I was like, oh, it'd be so nice if we were here together.
So nice.
And you probably would have stopped me from hitting my head on a tree branch.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I went to the park this weekend with, oh my God, I was going to call my dog Florence, with my dog Harley. And I just like had the best time. And like, this is why I'm like, kids, just get a Dalmatian. Like, because what are you actually waiting for? I had so many moments this weekend. Like, before I went to the park on Sunday, I went to Washington Square Park, and Harley went to the dog park and was like playing with other dogs. I had this moment where I was like sat on the bench, I was watching her play, and I was thinking about us when you used to be in New York and how we used to like be outside of the dog park looking in, and we'd play like, oh, if this was a dog shelter, which dog would you get? And I'd always like want to be the person in the dog park with my own dog. And kids, I was in the dog park with my own dog, and it was such a moment.
Why was I not with you? Because that's all I want. Because dog parks in New York are so fun because it's literally just dogs. It's not like, it's not filtered, diluted with like fields. You know, it's just dogs in a very small place.
I know. I mean, I prefer the open space, I think. Like, off-leash hours at the park are, like, really great because then it's, like, all the dogs just running off-leash and there's no children yet. But, yeah, the dog park at Washington Square Park, like, it was just so nice, and I had my moment where I was like, oh, my God, I live in New York City and I actually have a dog now, and it's so nice.
So nice.
And there were so many great dogs, Kitty. Like, 2 Basenjis.
Yeah, interesting, because, like, you wouldn't think I never think people have those dogs, but they do.
I know. I mean, those are the only Basenjis I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, so Sunday, Harley and I were in Prospect Park. We were exploring for hours, and it was just, like, the best day. Kitty, I texted Kitty yesterday, and I was like, Kitty, I just had, like, the best day yesterday, and I'm so, like, I was so happy. And then Harley went swimming, and it was just so nice. And, yeah, I did love that we were both in the park at the same time.
So nice. So nice.
Yeah, we're just loving our dog mom lives. But then, what other news do I have? I do have something to say. I just want to put Conditori on blast because I feel like
Who the fuck is Konditori?
Konditori is a coffee shop. It's a Swedish coffee shop, and Michaela, Daniela and I went there for coffee, and before we went, I called to be like, can I bring my dog?
Mm-hmm.
Which, okay, I know I don't want to be one of those people that like has to bring their dog everywhere, but like it's a coffee shop. I don't know, I like bringing Harley wherever I go on the weekend. So I called and I was like, can I bring my dog? And they were like, if it's a service dog, yeah. And I was like, no, just like my dog, like my pet dog. And they were like, wait, so you want to have your coffee with your dog? They were like really confused by the concept. And then I was like,
so much, I'm sorry.
I was like, yeah. And then she was like, no, but you can tie your dog up outside and you can watch them from the window. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I feel like this is New York. Like, how can you not allow dogs inside? And then when we actually went there, because like I couldn't be bothered to find a dog-friendly place because like I didn't want to call every coffee shop. And when we went there were like pictures of dogs on the wall, and like they make it seem like they're really dog friendly, but actually they're not, and all the dogs are tied up outside.
Well, fuck you. What's it called?
Konditori.
Konditori. That's so rude. I hate that.
Yeah, well,
don't ever go back there again. Don't give them your business.
Oh no, I won't. And it was also very expensive. No, but I wrote my first review on Bring Fido because I had to tell that story.
Yes.
Do you have Bring Fido in the UK or not? Is that just a New York City thing? Oh, it's like a website, and it has like coffee shops, cafes, restaurants, and people write reviews of like what their experience was bringing their dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
We do have that, actually.
What else do I have to say? Oh my god, Harley hosted a tripod meetup.
Yes, you did. I know. How exciting. And loads of people went. And you said no one was going to go. And people did go.
Well, I wasn't sure how many three-legged dogs there were in New York. Like, I worked really hard to find three-legged dogs in New York. Like, I was on Instagram looking at the tripod hashtag. I messaged a bunch of dogs. Honestly, like, I did find more. And, like, some people just, like, didn't get back to my DM, which fine, whatever. But yeah, I got that, and I was like so embarrassed at the beginning because it was just me and Harley for like a good half an hour. And I think the girl that runs Boris and Horton was like, oh wow, this tripod meetup, no one's coming. But obviously I had Hillary. If you have listened to previous episodes, you'll know that Hillary was the person that came to my home when I was fostering Harley, and she was potentially going to adopt Harley, but she had another meeting with another three-legged dog the next day. And so she held off on adopting Harley, and she met Chori and then adopted Chori. But Chori also has three legs, so now we both have three-legged dogs, and now I have adopted Harley.
I love that she came.
I know, and it was so nice to see her and like have Chori and Harley meet. It was just so cute. And then who else came? Oh my god, Pino Paparino came.
I love the name that. I love the name of that account, Pino Paparino.
I know.
Like, whoever you are, and if you're listening, like, major props. I love that. Is the dog called Pino?
Yeah. Well, that was his name
Pinot
from the rescue. I'm not sure what it means. I'm not sure if it's Korean, because he's from Korean Canine Rescue.
So cute.
Also, so it was so nice actually just talking to like other dog owners as well. Like all the dogs were just playing and we were watching them play, and then we were just having a chat. So Pino's mum is called Caitlin, and we were just like talking about like, you know, our dogs and adopting them. And you know how I told you before that Hillary went to a Korean Canine Rescue adoption event and she was like, it was insane. There were lines for the dogs. She said the same thing, and she was like, the dog that they were going there to fill out an application for already had like 40 people bidding for him, which is insane. Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, they need help, but like not 40 applicants.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to tell these people, like,
That's
it's
what
great,
I
but, like,
don't
there are
like.
so many other dogs that need help. But I suppose these dogs need help too, so fair enough, but, like...
Yeah, I know. I mean, these
I
people
hate the
want...
fact there's kind of a trend, though.
Yeah,
I've got something to tell you that you're going to be upset about.
Oh my god, what?
Like, I don't really think Simon Sitz is, like, that cute.
Oh, I do. I'm really into
But
it.
Gina, its head is so much bigger than its body.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm sorry, I really love the Korean Canine Rescue dogs. There's also a really, really cute account. It's Finn the Jindo. He is adorable. I'm very into Jindo corgi mixes, I think. Oh my god, and Pinot was so cute. Kitty, Pinot sat on my lap.
Pinot's leg is like a chicken leg.
It is, and oh my god, did you see the video where like his stump moves?
Yeah.
It's so
I watched that. It's weird. I mean, it's cute, but it's just, yeah. Oh god.
Also
This
very
was gonna
interesting. She was Caitlin was telling me Pinot's mum was like, he had hydrotherapy because he wasn't very good on 3 legs at first, and they have also told her that he might have to have his stump amputated because it like
Really?
I didn't think about this, but like by having the extra weight but not actually like having it support him, it's harder than if it was like, you know, fully chopped off.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I just like never thought about it that way.
I want to know, don't think any vets do listen, but if you're a vet and you're listening, I really want to know, we have like 12 followers, no vet's going to be listening. I just want to know whether dogs with amputated legs have the phantom limb thing that humans suffer from.
I feel like Harley does, because sometimes like her little bit that was amputated moves, like if she's running in her sleep, and if she has an itch, like the little nub moves, like as if she still has a leg there. Yeah, I wonder if we do have any vet listeners. Anyway, back to my tripod meetup. It was so much fun, and I thought it was so interesting that there were like different types of tripods there. So like there was Pinot, who's obviously born a tripod, and he has a little stump leg thing, his chicken leg. And then there was this other little tripod who was actually really cute. Her name was Joey. She was a Chihuahua and something mix. Cute. Little black dog with a front leg missing, but she was also born a tripod. But she doesn't have like a chicken leg like Pinot. She has like a little flap of skin. And that's it. That's all that grew. I think it's different. Like Pinot's is like funny because it does look like a chicken leg.
And actually,
like,
if it's covered in fur.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Joey's is like covered in fur, so you can't even tell. It's not like a flap of like naked skin.
Yeah, I'd probably actually like to stroke it. I bet it's soft.
Yeah. I didn't stroke it. But yeah, I imagine it would be. But yeah, they're both born tripods. And then there was like Chory and Harley, who both had broken legs and had them amputated. And then there were 2 other dogs. Oh my god, I didn't even find this dog on Instagram. I guess they just like heard about the meetup. It was a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which beautiful dog, massive.
Yeah, I love them.
He was called Snowball, and his front leg was missing. Like, that is quite hard to have a big dog that has their front leg missing.
Do you think their other legs get sore because they have to,
Yeah. And also the front leg that doesn't have another front leg supporting it probably
that's what I meant.
Under a lot of strain.
That's what I think it's different with back legs because I think more weight is put on the front legs.
Yeah, definitely. But he had cancer and they had to amputate his leg. Yeah, and he'd actually just had surgery like 6 weeks ago. So he's a fresh tripod. Yeah. And then there was another one, Bentley, the pit bull, who I found on Instagram. He also had cancer and had his back leg amputated.
Makes me sad because our last Labrador, my parents' last one, Titus, he had cancer and they were going to amputate his leg, but it was so high up.
Oh,
the cancer
really?
had spread so high into his hip. Gina, the cancer had like eaten away his, you know, like when a moth eats away like cashmere.
Yeah. What a relatable reference.
It had eaten his bone like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was the tripod meetup.
I'm so glad it was a success. You're going to do it again?
Honestly, like I found it quite stressful to organise it. Like I'd happily go to another event, but I felt very much like pressure on me to have tripods actually come.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not a fan of that. If someone else wants to do it, absolutely. And there were there were a couple of tripods after the event that were like, oh my god, wish we could have come.
Well done for doing it. I think you did a really good job.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I just I did love seeing Hillary and like Caitlin as well, and just like hanging out with other dog mums.
So nice.
It was really nice. I feel like it'd be so nice to do something else, like Pino's mum was saying it'd be so fun to do Pig Beach, which is in Park Slope, and it's just like a barbecue place that has an outdoor area and dogs are allowed.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Also interesting, I feel like I just need to tell you about this. So, Tori's mum Hillary was saying that she only wants to have street dogs from now on. She was like, Tori is just like the most well-behaved dog. Like, she's just so chill, and like if they're on a walk or something and they stop and do something, she'll just lay down wherever she is. And she was like, I think it must be like a street dog thing, you know, like they're conserving energy. And she was like, I'm not a scientist, but like that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that is it?
I don't know. I mean, I know this is like actually not related. I'm just talking for the sake of talking. I do know that like that's why everyone's always like, why do dogs sleep so much? And like, because like their natural instinct is to conserve their energy in case they need it later.
Right. So I feel like being on the streets, they would want to conserve their energy. So she's like just laid back and like, oh, I love it. I did love meeting Tori. She was really, really cute.
I know. You know how I feel about that dog.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, she's really into street dogs. I'm really into street dogs too. Kits, I'm really obsessed with pot cakes right now.
I know. You need to. I don't get that.
You don't get pot cakes?
Not really.
I quite like the name pot cake. Pot cake, if you didn't know, is it's a stray dog from, is it Caribbean or Caribbean islands?
Yeah. I think it is Caribbean.
Yeah,
like the Bahamas and stuff.
Yeah, definitely the Bahamas, but I didn't know that it included all of the Caribbean. There is a really, really cute pot cake. The one I sent you, Fiona, the pot cake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, cute. It was cute.
I just think they're so interesting because they're such weird mixes.
Yeah, but it gets to a point when they're mixed so much that they're like non-descriptive.
Yeah, I know. I'm really into it. And also there's another account that I just need to mention. It's called Concrete Canines, and it's just stray dogs from all over the world. I'm just really
Didn't they comment on something?
Yeah. Is that all of our dog news? Because I do feel like we do actually have a topic for today.
That is all of our dog news, all of mine.
I mean, I think it's all of mine. There might be other stuff, but we'll just...
Well, we've already been talking for like 40 minutes.
I know. Okay, so let's just get on with it. The topic theme thing for this episode is we're going to go through the last episode of the Dog series on Netflix. And actually, before we started recording, I went onto Netflix just to like rewatch a little bit of it, just as a refresher. And Kits, I haven't sent you the screenshot yet, but it says another season is coming. It's confirmed.
Yay, that's so exciting.
I know. But Kits, when I was watching this episode, what is this, 5 or 6? Are there 6 episodes?
I don't know. Remember, this wasn't the last one I watched.
Yeah, this is episode 6, and it's like all about New York. So when I was watching it, it was very much like, oh my god, there's Boris and Horton. Oh my god, there's like the skateboarding pitbull.
I know.
Bulldog.
And what's so annoying is like when I was watching it and I kept being like, Gina, you gotta watch dogs. I was like, this is Gina's episode. This is like her life.
Kitty, you know what? I just rewatched the scene, and this is what I was trying to screenshot to send you. There is a girl in the subway, and she's like lifting her dog into an extra large Land's End bag, and that is me with Harley. That actually could have been me.
Yeah, it could have been you.
Because I have an extra large Land's End bag, and like the way that she was just like picking her dog up and she's like looking to see if the subway's coming, and like, you know, bits of the bag like fall in, and then you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, like get your leg in. It's just me.
Classic.
I know. I mean, I loved this episode.
So I obviously love this episode too because I was really interested in like how it worked, and like, but I have to be really honest.
What?
The girl really annoyed me.
Oh, really?
I do. She gave off a vibe where it was like, we get it, you're stressed, but like, chill the fuck out. Oh, sorry, I got my glasses.
Oh,
but like, chill the fuck out.
I also feel like that's probably Amy Berg. I feel like a lot of these episodes are very dramatised.
No, but this girl was just a bit manic and like, okay, so I think there's a scene, I don't know if you want to talk about this episode in a linear fashion.
Oh, well, I feel like we should just mention it is about New York and people that foster dogs in New York. So they bring up dogs from shelters in the South, kill shelters, to be fostered in New York and then adopted. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to explain that. But yes, go ahead. Fair. What's your issue with... Is her name Amy?
No, I don't know.
Or Abby?
To be honest, I don't care.
Begins with an A. Okay.
Okay, so there was this scene where she was like picking up dogs from like Texas.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm right in thinking, there are like people who help her walk them on the way.
Yeah, people volunteer.
I
It's a
felt
long
like she was
drive.
so annoying with the people.
Really?
Do you not think she's kind of rude?
I feel like, yeah, she was stressed, but also, like, wouldn't you be stressed if just
Yeah,
you?
I would be, but like also calm the fuck down. I just felt like she was like stressed, but like loved being stressed and loved people being like, oh my god, she's doing such a good job. Like, well done, you're really saving lives. I felt like she loved it, and I was like, you're annoying me.
I'm sure that is, like, she did say,
Oh
like,
God,
she
sorry,
runs off
I'm
that
not
adrenaline.
a nice person.
I didn't,
Sorry.
personally, I didn't have an issue with her. I quite liked her.
Why
No,
don't
I
you
know
just
what you
call her
mean.
up and be friends with
She did seem very stressed, but also I was like, how the fuck does she do this? Like, she said she works full time for an ad agency and then does this on the weekend where she drives all the way to Texas, picks up dogs, and then drives all the way back in one weekend.
Yeah, and honestly, she does deserve a medal because that is pretty good. That's great.
That's insane. And like driving
It
by
is,
herself
yeah.
and then like
Yeah.
having to find volunteers to like take the dogs out.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I was watching it, I was like, well, why isn't there someone else driving with her?
Why doesn't her boyfriend go with her?
I know, like, why doesn't her boyfriend go? That's your quality time right there. Like, in the episode, she was saying, like, oh, you know, like, I have a boyfriend, but, like, we don't really have, like, time together because I do this. I don't know. What's he doing on the weekend?
I don't know.
Why doesn't he care about the dogs?
He wasn't really a dog person, was he? I don't think.
I don't think so.
No, I've been really mean about her, but like, do you know what? Fair enough. Like, you are doing a great job. And trying to get people. It was. Oh, is this the episode with the family looking for the dog? The old guy.
I think so.
And I was like, is he a grandpa? Is he a dad? Because he's quite an old dad.
Oh, yeah. I think he is a dad. But yeah, and he has a young daughter.
Gina, I loved him so much.
I know.
And they picked a
get
really
dog.
cute dog. That was I loved that whole story.
That actually wasn't my favourite story. I feel like that was a bit, like, drawn out. Because it was very much like them looking at dogs and being like, oh, which one do we like? Oh, should we go to the adoption event? No, I felt like that was drawn out and I wasn't really that into it. Very cute dog that they adopted, though. There were also, like, very weird scenes. This is just my issue with documentaries. And, like, the direction of it. Like, I don't understand. There was, like, the dog that they were going to adopt was called Jimmy Buffett. I mean, they name all their dogs after celebrities, which I'm not really a fan of.
I freaking hated that. They were like, oh my god, who have you got this weekend? Justin Timberlake. Like, oh my god, no! Dogs aren't supposed to have two names. I thought it was so dumb.
I know, but I can see how they've run out. Like, Harley used to be called Brownie. But then, I mean, do I really want her called Jennifer Aniston, you know? Like, I think I would prefer Brownie and then just change her name. I think it's quite weird with the celebrity names.
Yeah, weird. I hated it. I thought it was stupid.
No, but there was, like, this one scene where they're having the adoption event at Boris and Horton, and the girls are outside on the table and they're, like, checking all the dogs in as the foster people bring them in. And they're like, oh, where's Jimmy Buffett? Have you seen Jimmy Buffett? And it's like this whole thing where it's like dramatic, like, oh my god, like I thought that the foster mum had like foster failed and like didn't want to bring them to the event, but like
I thought that too.
That's not what happened. So it's like, why would you make it so dramatic?
Because it's a documentary and they're trying to get, you know.
Yeah, but this person was obviously just late. Like,
yeah, I know. I thought that was really dumb.
I thought that they had like stolen the dog, or like the dog had like gone, I don't know, had a medical emergency or something. I don't know, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Also, like, just watching this episode, like, I have been that person taking my foster dog to Boris and Horton.
Yeah.
I could have so easily been in this episode.
I know. That's why I know. I know. I thought that too. I so wanted it to be.
I think I need to be in season 2. How do I apply? Oh my god, it could be a whole episode about like the subculture in New York, which they touched on, but they didn't really go into. How like there's a whole rescue community, and there are people that have like international rescues, like the potcake community of New York, or like the tripod community. I can be the spokesperson.
You sure can.
Amy, listen, just like DM
I think
me.
also because you're British, you give a little something,
bit of variety, yeah, a little something. Also, the girl that's in it, the girl that they kind of focus on as the foster, the one that she goes to Boris and Horton all the time. She has that little pom thing. Her name's Kyla, I think, and the dog is Ichi.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
I see
Yeah.
Ichi all the time at Boris and Horton.
Oh my god.
Like, they actually genuinely hang out there.
should go up to her and be like, you could be friends with her.
I could be friends with her. Harley's very annoying, though. Like, the one
Really
time
such
that I took
different
her.
dogs.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, she's still quite young. I mean, I don't even know if she's definitely 2, because that's like the rescue's estimate of how old she is. But when we went to Boris and
I would
Horton,
hate
she was
not knowing.
very hyper. And she was like all over Ichi, and I don't think Ichi was into it.
Poor
Ichi was very much like, I'm going to sit by my mum and like watch my mum eat her grilled cheese and watch my mum
Yeah.
work on her laptop, and I'm going to ignore all the other dogs here. What else about that episode was great? I mean, I loved all the shots of like the weird like people with their dogs in New York, and there was like one woman who had 2 wheelers. Isn't that so cool? That's what they call them, wheelers.
Dogs in wheelchairs.
Not in wheelchairs, you know, with like the wheels for back legs.
Yeah. Oh my god, I saw one in the park the other day, in my park.
You did?
Yeah, I was going to take a video, but I was like, no, I'm going to look like a creep, so I didn't. But he was in a little wheelchair. And I was like, oh, good for you.
Yeah, good for that dog. But how weird that one woman in the episode was like, you know, like it started with one dog and like we felt sorry for it and like it had wheels, and then we just got into wheelers and now we have 3.
Oh, so cute. Honestly, it makes me so happy.
I know, and I feel like I should really appreciate wheelers, because like when Harley's older, she might have to have wheels.
Oh my god, Gina, it's such a hindrance though.
I know it is, and like there is a dog account, an Instagram account as well. I think it's called Bionic Pets, but they make bionic legs. I'm not bionic, like prosthetic legs
Yeah.
for dogs and other animals.
Oh my god, cute. They must
So
be
she
expensive,
could have
though.
one of those. Because there was recently there was a dog with Second Chance Rescue. Oh god, it was like horrific, the actual post of when they rescued him. I think his name's Percival or something.
Oh.
Yeah, but he had been I believe he was left in a plastic bag, but his something had happened to his front legs, and so like they couldn't save them. So he had like little nubs for front legs, and they made him prosthetic legs, and now he's like running free, and he was adopted by this person who runs a goat sanctuary in New Jersey, so he's like living with goats.
Oh, he's living the dream life.
He is, and it makes me so happy to like see him just like living his best life, running around on these like prosthetic legs.
Oh, so cute.
Very cute. But yeah, I feel like they should do an episode on like, you know, like subculture dogs, like not pedigree dogs of New York.
Yeah, definitely. I want an episode. Yeah, no.
Oh, are we doing what is it called? Life in the Doghouse next week?
Yes, I'm so excited about that.
Okay, and I haven't finished it because I was like, oh, I don't want to watch it, and then it'd be weeks and weeks before we record about it. So I've got to finish it still.
Oh my god.
So guys, if you are like listening along with everything that we're watching on Netflix, after Dogs, we found this other documentary called Life in the Doghouse, and it's about these 2 guys who run their own rescue, and it's incredible. I've only seen half of it, but you have to watch it. It is like mine and Kitty's dream.
Dream. Before we go, I'm just worried because both my laptops are like dying.
Okay.
I want to say, sorry, work has distracted me. Can we just quickly talk about Juniper Fox?
Oh my god, what do we have to say?
What, we haven't talked about Elmwood.
Oh, haven't we?
No, I don't think we have.
Oh, I mean, I'm quite into Elmwood.
It's just like a puppy, but a fox.
Yeah.
So it's like weird to me. There was something she did the other day.
I mean, I just can't believe she's living with 3 foxes.
I know. Oh, maybe we did talk. No, I think, did we talk about this? Because, you know, she's looking for someone to foster that wolf.
No, I have not caught up with
Wolf dog?
Juniper. I'm looking at it now.
Oh,
Hallow.
shit.
Hallow is a low content
Yeah.
wolf dog.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Do you
I
know why
want
it's
to
called
know.
Hallow?
Why?
Like, Hallow be thy name.
Oh, that's actually very cute. You know when you do a dog DNA test as well, they tell you what your wolfiness is, like the percentage, and whether it's low, medium, or high.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting. I want to know how wolfy Harley is. Probably not that wolfy.
Wait, they do it with all dogs?
When you do Embark Vet, yeah.
Oh my god, I'd love to know. I mean, my dog's really just like nothing.
Yeah. I don't think
would
Florence
be
is going to be a lot. No, I feel like Harley's kind of like, she reminds me of like a dingo or something.
I know what you mean.
Not a wolf. What else do we have to say about Elmwood? It's very strange looking.
Very strange looking. I don't actually have much to say, just like interesting that it's like they've got this a third fox. I'm like, oh my god. And she took it to the beach.
Yeah, actually, I think that's what we were talking about, is she took them to the beach, and I was like, how weird that you're taking your fox to the beach.
So weird.
And it looks so uncomfortable. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, she gives her dog CBD.
I feel like everyone gives their dog CBD. You haven't, right?
No.
I haven't given Harley CBD, but I'm also like, when would I give it to her?
My dog's not anxious at all.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's ever really anxious. Like, she's hyper, but like, she's just like being her best dog life, you know?
No, my dog's really not anxious. Like, if there were fireworks, she'd be fine. She's not that kind of dog. She's fine in thunder. She never really would have any reason to ever get anxious. I think I've done quite a good job of exposing her to lots of things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she goes on trains, she goes on subways, like, she really is really good around, like, massive groups of people.
Yeah, so she doesn't really need it.
No.
I don't feel like Harley does either. Kendall, friend of the show, Kendall Ray, she actually gives her dog CBD stuff, but I don't know why, because I don't think they're that anxious. Maybe just to, like, chill them out. I don't really know.
I'm a little bit anti it.
I'm a little bit anti if you don't need it.
Yeah, agree. Like, unless your dog actually is anxious about stuff, which I think dogs, unless it's like a rescue's been through a trauma, I don't think dogs should ever have a reason to be anxious.
Yeah.
For example, like Florence, like, I don't know, I don't understand what dog owners have done different, why their dog would get anxious. Like, if
I guess
dog
just
who's not
rescues.
anxious, yeah, then fair enough. But like, if you don't need to give your dog it, they don't need any. I'm quite anti just like humans interfering too much.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm a bit anti Juniper Fox, because I'm just a bit like, I don't like too much human, like, you know,
like, what else I'm very anti is like people like just like wanting to like moderate dogs. Like, I went to the park at the weekend, I've already said this, but anyway, we met this dog on the way, and like, this girl was like, her dog was playing with Harley, and Harley's a very vocal player, which is annoying because like some people think that she like, it's quite loud, and they probably think that she's like being aggressive, but she's not, because you can tell, because like her body language and the way she's playing, like she bows down, like she's not like showing her teeth.
Yeah.
She's just a vocal player, and this girl was like obviously very put off by it. And she was like, oh, yeah, she is a vocal player. And I was like, yeah, she's fine. She was like, yeah, I can tell by her body language, yeah. But she was obviously like put off by it. Yeah. And then she like walked off. She was like, have a good day. But then afterwards I was like, oh God, what can I do about this? Like, should I Google like how to like stop your dog being so vocal when they play? And then I was like, no, Gina, let her be a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
I totally agree. Just let them be. It was like, so my sister, if she's listening, she's gonna be mad at me when I say this, but we were in the park the other day, and Gus picked up this massive stick. Like, it wasn't a stick, it was like borderline a log.
Yeah.
And I was like, just let him have it. If he wants to carry it around, like, he can carry it around. And she had like a freak out. And she's like, no, he's being so annoying. It's too big. Gus, stop it. And I was like,
what?
Dude, just let him chill. Like, let dogs be dogs. If he wants to carry that stick around, he can carry the log around. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then he kept like hitting her in the back of the leg with it.
Yes.
And she was getting so angry at him. And I was like, he's not doing it on purpose. That is just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hate it when people like get angry at dogs for like, I'm like, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know that he's hurting you, so just calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Just let dogs be dogs. If your dog wants to be vocal when she's playing, just like chill.
Same for like, I mean, dogs in clothes, I get it if you want to take a cute picture, but like Michaela was kept being like, I could knit your dog a scarf, like Harley would look so great in a scarf, and I was like, I don't think she wants a scarf.
Yeah, they don't need it. It drives me mad. Sorry.
So glad we agree.
Right.
Yeah, I know. We need to wrap this up. Do we have a dog of the week? I mean, our own dogs can be our dogs of the week.
Oh yeah, no, my dog of the week is Gus.
Yeah, okay.
I freaking love him. He's the best dog ever, and I just need a big dog now.
Oh, actually, can I just say, very exciting news I've got to tell you. Tori is doing a DNA test. So, like, how exciting that we get to know the results, because she's from Nepal and she's
So
a street
exciting.
dog. Like, oh, what will the mixes be?
Question, does her mom listen to our podcast?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Boring. Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
She'd be a great guest. We haven't done a guest yet.
She would be a great guest. Hillary's so cool. In fact, actually, I think she's too cool. I think that she would come on the
Actually-
podcast and everyone would be like, oh, she's way cooler. Why didn't she have her own podcast?
Okay, fine, yeah, true. But also, it'd be quite difficult having a guest because, like, one of us would be the third wheel.
I know. It'd be like me and Hillary sat next to each other, sharing a headphone, like on FaceTime with you.
And I'd be, like, over here, like, yeah, no. I wouldn't be able to see your cues of when you're talking, so it would be a
I know.
constant interruption. Oh, God, okay, right, we're not doing it.
Okay, just us for now.
Yeah, I like it this way.
Actually, can I just say, just the last thing. I went home to England during our vacation time and I had, oh my God, I didn't include that in my dog news, but I had the best time.
Why don't you do that next week?
Okay, but I just want to say, I had the best time and like I really, really loved England. I loved the countryside. I loved my parents' dogs and walking the dogs and just everything about England. And then I came back here and I was like, oh, why do I live here? And I really wanted to move back. But the dog community in New York City is like what makes me love it so much. And like
so nice.
rewatching part of that episode and like Boris and Horton and like the whole community and Prospect Park, like it just made me like fall in love with being in New York again.
That's so nice. I'm so glad. I want you to get more involved with the dog community.
Yeah, so I mean it's Labor Day weekend this weekend and I'm going away, but after that I'm gonna go back on like fostering
Lush.
puppies.
I'm excited for you.
Oh,
Yay!
so
I love it when you
excited.
do puppies.
I know, and I'm only doing Second Chance Rescue.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, right, we need to go. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure you guys are following us on Instagram. It's at That's So Fetch Podcast. Please, 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 if you're listening, make sure you're subscribed and leave us a review. We love when we get a review.
Give us a review.
You don't understand how happy it makes us.
So happy. Like, if you want to change someone's life today,
Leave us a review.
leave us a review.
Okay, but we're gonna go now. Okay, bye.
Bye.